Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm going to wait a little bit, get some people on here. We thought it would be fun to get on a live and celebrate what is the 20th anniversary of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which I can't even fucking believe it. It's so crazy that it's crazy, and then yet it does feel like a couple lifetimes ago. But I called my friend Matthew and I was like, shouldn't we just talk about it? And he was like, yeah, yes. So we thought we'd get on and chat about how to lose a guy in 10 days. I'm going to wait and see when Matthew kind of checks in. He doesn't really do live, so this could take a second. But I actually asked you guys to call in or to write in questions, and I cannot believe how many questions there are. So hopefully we'll get to some of them. And let me see if I can, let's see view requests. Let's get that man on here. Where are you? View request. What is this? Okay, maybe I'm not too great at this either. Let's see. I don't even know if Matthew's on yet. Oh, look. My assistant just gave me a little help here. Oh, okay, here we go. Invite.
Hey, girl.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary. Did you think we'd be saying this many years later?
No, I mean, I hope so.
Right?
But yeah, can you believe it? It's been 20 years.
Does it seem longer or shorter? Or just about? It seems just about 20 years to me.
It seems about 20 years. I said every time when people are like, God, I can't believe it's 20 years. I'm like, no, it feels like a lot of life has happened.
Yeah. We that's another story. We can go on for about 2 hours on a lot of what's happened since then.
You look like you're in the most lush, yummy environment.
You know where I'm very close to? Where we did another film, Fool's Gold, Port Douglas.
Are you really? Oh, you're
down here. I did a little bit down under.
You're good in that environment, Matthew. It just
no shade.
It suits your skin. It's where you come to life. I'm telling you.
Hey, how are you and the family?
Great. I saw that your wife had quite the excursion.
Oh yeah.
For her, was it amazing?
So yeah, she's putting out a video on her IG here shortly. But so we head out. She decides on her birthday she wants to hike to the top of the tallest mountain in the world, measured from below sea level. We show up before daybreak. It's 70 degrees, sunny. The birds are singing zippity doo dah day.
Oh my God.
Cut to 4 hours later. It's 24 degrees and we're in a blizzard, and we weren't dressed or ready for that. So we almost got wiped off the mountain, but we made it to the top. You'll see. She's got a great little story.
Oh my God. I was like, this is, but it feels right. It feels like.
It was right. It was one of those, it was like one of those birthday pilgrimages. You know, it was like, if we make it to the top of here, it wasn't all fun, but we got to the top, we're like, yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to bring in 40. I was, unfortunately, my 40th was like, it came and went like that fast. I was like, I think I need to redo my 40th. I didn't have always. I think maybe 45.
What's the next one?
44.
Double fours. Hey, let me ask you this. So the 40s were my favorite decade. My favorite sort of generation.
But you're not in your 40s anymore.
53. give me a few more years.
Now it feels long.
Yeah, give me a few more years, and then hopefully I can say my 50s are my favorite. 40s were so cool because you customize, right? I don't know, something about all the stuff that you don't want to do or doesn't feed you. It's kind of like it's not even on the periphery anymore. You kind of got rid of it. And the things you want are right in front of you. Are you enjoying them so far?
I love it. I feel the best I've ever felt. But I also feel the most calm. Like I feel so peaceful. And I think that this last kind of 2 years has been the most creative I've ever felt. Like
right on.
The most connected to the creative. And it makes me feel so good and calm and
yeah, man.
So yeah, I mean I have like everything I could ever possibly need in my life and more. And I just think like all that matters to me is my family and their health and continuing to create things that make people feel good, you know?
Yeah.
I just
keep getting reminded of that health thing. It's like someone said this to me the other day. They said, look, somebody who's healthy has many desires. Somebody who's not healthy has one desire, and that's to get them healthy.
That's right.
I mean? You know,
I like that. No, that's right. I feel like that's right. When you have your health, you have all that. It sort of feels like things available to you. Yeah.
We're still toting Mom Mac around. Mom Mac's 91.
I can't
kicking ass.
Believe it. But you know what's so funny? I'm like, of course she is, because she was always. I mean, your mom has some of the great one-liners. You know, I can't even repeat half of them because they're so
most of them are definitely NC-17.
Like I remember being with your mom at the premiere. I can't remember if it was How to Lose a Guy or if it was Fool's Gold, and she started whipping out these one-liners, and she had me on the floor laughing about how to keep a relationship together.
Okay. Yeah.
She's not wrong. I'm not going to repeat them, but she's not wrong.
I think I've heard this advice too. She's not wrong.
Oh my God. But she's just amazing. I can't, and she's good, and she's just
kicking ass.
Sharp as a whip.
Kicking ass just needs a certain amount of controversy to just have something stick it in. And if things are going too smooth, she's upset.
Oh, she's
like, I'm getting bored. Somebody, let's start some shit here. Yeah.
It works.
Hey, speaking of starting SHIT, I ran into your mom and Kurt over in Greece quite a few months ago.
What?
Walked in a restaurant.
Why
saw
didn't
this
they
great
tell
looking
me?
couple over there sitting there having dinner, and I wouldn't have known it was them. I would have already been like, that's a cool couple. And of course, when I saw it was them, I knew it was a cool couple. Went up, we had some great laughs at your expense, and all of us, it was great.
Wait, they never told me.
Well, maybe it's because I think it maybe is because we were all in such a chill mode. We acted like it was like, oh yeah, what's up? Like, I'm swinging by. See you tomorrow. Even though we hadn't seen each other in over a year.
Oh my God. Where in Greece were you in where were you?
We were Paros.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, should we get into, I mean, I can't even tell you how many people wrote in this movie. I can't believe the life that this film has had.
Let's talk about that. What is it about?
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe I do have some idea, but I think it's so amazing. Like, I don't know. How old is your oldest?
14.
Now? 14. Oh my gosh. So Ryder is 19. He's in college, and which is even crazier.
That is crazy.
Living his life. And, but there's been this whole like viral TikTok, How to Lose a Guy moment. And it's basically introduced our movie to an entirely new generation of young kids. Have you seen this?
I have not, but it's still sticking.
So the You're So Vain song is like became this viral thing where people would like do their kind of moment.
Yeah.
Then it was like the Benny Boo Boo had a moment, like all of these things from our movie, and all of these younger kids are like kind of either redoing it or lip syncing or creating moments for it. And then, I mean, the other day I walked into Sephora with Ronnie, who's obsessed with makeup, which is a whole other conversation. But I had this like group of like 12, 13-year-old girls come up, and I thought they were going to be like, oh, because of Knives Out just being out, like, and it was all like, how to lose a guy in 10
Yeah,
days.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Which,
I will say this. I have noticed that I have noticed, as you bring it up, a younger generation that comes up like, oh, we just saw your movie this weekend. How to Lose a
right?
Guy in 10 Days. Or we just watched your movie this weekend for the 5th time. And it's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And it's very current to them. It's like, we didn't go back and pull something out of 20 years later. No, this is something that either they found 10 years ago, but there's a ritual to watch it. I remember when it first came out. Remember Valentine's Day, the numbers of spike. This was back when it was like DVDs, right? Or TNT would have it running, you know,
That's
it would
right.
run
And we,
back to back to back to back to back.
yeah, you'd get an actual residual check that was
A
like,
little
oh.
mailbox money, kind of give it a little kick there come Valentine's Day. Yeah.
It's true. I feel like this movie will just keep going. We got lucky to be in such a classic one, you know. And
We did. I'm always asked what it is. I mean, and I know this isn't all rom-coms, but I know that when I've been in the theater with people or been with people watching it, there's sort of a mischievous fun they're having to know that they're in the deal with Andy and Ben doesn't know. Watch this, and he's trying to be cool. He's trying to handle it, but he doesn't know he's about to eat crow, and then vice versa. So it's just sort of interactive experience with people who watch it that are like they're in on the joke with you or they're in on the joke with me at your expense or my expense, and it's just the mischief of it.
that's right. And they get to see, you know, I think that it's like that's right. I think mischief is the right word. And then we're probably like two very well casted people for anything mischievous.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
it's like you
we've
know,
picked each other's pocket before.
that's right. That's right. I feel like the most I mean, I honestly, when I say thousands of questions, it was like wild how many questions. But one of the most common one was, let me see if I can find the one that is like, I mean, obviously everyone wants to know, well, there's two. So one is like,
Okay.
what was our favorite moment? And then the other one was, which I get all the time, every time, even when I'm like promoting anything else, what's it like to kiss McConaughey? And my whole thing is always like, we're always in weird environments. Like, it's never like just like, it's never just one. There was only one time when we kissed that was like so like nice and gentle in the bathroom.
Yeah, everything else has not been climate controlled.
That's right.
Everything else is like swim up to the top. The sharks almost ate you. You just fell from a plane from 300 feet, but
Tread
just
water.
You get to the top. Tread water before you catch your breath. Kiss.
Just
this
really
is going to
and
be
make
great.
it look passionate.
Yes, and you're backlit. It's magic hour. You got 30 seconds to get this shot.
That's right. Or you're on the Brooklyn Bridge and you're yelling across with it, and the wind is like blowing right in your face.
Yeah, exhaust is blowing in from 18 wheelers crossing it. Yeah. But no. Remember, it's 75 and balmy. It's sunset here in our minds in this movie. Oh yeah, sure. Why am I shaking? Because I'm so cold.
It's so true. But I feel like it's funny. I always say to people, when you're kissing anyone in a movie, it does feel, as much as it's like, you know, we are actually, it is professional. Like, we're actually trying to create something that evokes something in a certain way that might not exactly be the way you would necessarily do it in real life.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's always the proverbial run back together from far away points and in stride catch.
That's
lip
right.
lock, swing, turn, and settle on this mark with the sunset behind your face. Sounds
That's
great. You come in, you know, maybe got a little bruise there. You know, I mean, but
yeah, it was a little. It's passionate, but in respect to our now partners, we do kiss nicely.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, it was always a very nice kiss.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so next question that it is everywhere is, what was our favorite scene?
Right.
How was the guy?
All right, so for me, and look, I got a bunch of favorites, but the one that I remember that just left off the page, like we sat in that morning, it was a long scene, and before lunch, we were like, oh, this scene is cooking. And this one with Catherine, when you set up the counseling.
Yes.
And Ben's coming in there going, not wanting to be there,
therapist.
and y'all got your thing going, and
yeah,
it was, the setup was so right for, like, in these things, you can be bigger than life, and your emotions and reaction can be bigger than they would be in real life, but you don't want to go into caricature. But that scene allowed us to go real close to being almost animated character.
I mean, that scene was so deeply funny. It was also so funny to shoot. And the best part for me was that I could hide laughter. Whereas you had to be as straight and as insane as could be. I actually could be the audience and feel it was a time. But also we had like a great, we had a good foundation of a scene there, but a lot of that too was us kind of riffing and off,
Well, I got to say that was a cool thing with Petrie, our director. I mean, the bones were always there, but then as soon as you and I got in on our first day, and it was obvious that it was like, oh, okay, these two can play with each other, and some of that stuff that they came up with based on the scene is great. He was promoting that.
Yeah.
The whole
really
way.
Had the room.
Yeah.
To play with. And a lot of the stuff that we came up with is what's in the movie, on the day. A lot of those little lines. And someone asked who came up with Benny Boo Boo. And I was like, oh, I don't remember. I was like, I can't remember if that was written or if that was something that just came out of my mouth. But
I'm pretty sure that slipped right off your tonsils.
I was going to say, it sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, and you get into that baby talk with Ben and things. Oh, Benny Boo.
The Benny Boo Boo Boo. I think that might have been me coming up with Benny Boo Boo. One thing I remember is thinking when I was leaving and I had the love fern. I think it was after we were outside. It was an exterior night shot, and it was I love you, Banky.
Yeah.
But I don't have to like you right now.
Right now.
And I said that because my mom used to say that to me.
That's the same thing my mom used to tell us. Love you, babe, just don't like you right now.
I love you, Banky. And I was like, oh, that made it. And that was I loved that. What was your favorite, what's one of the lines that stays with you the most?
What's one of the lines? Oh, geez, I don't remember lines right now. I mean, look, that scene after that Benny Boo Boo, I love you right now, or Benny Binky, Binky, I love you, I just don't like you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh really hard at what happened to me after you walked away. Because you walk away like the cat's meow, and I'm walking away going, trying to get control of this situation. I can't get control of it. Deep, and I kind of twitch and almost kind of. And it's really funny because it ends up on Ben walking away going, okay, how do I handle this? Gosh, damn it, how far is this gonna go?
Oh my God.
That's one of my bigger laughs. I love seeing Ben squirm.
Oh, so much fun. So did most of the United States.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Hey, talk about this. I brought this up the other day. Let's talk about, did we come up with, or how did we come up with the poster, you and I leaning shoulder to shoulder, which was repeated for many rom-coms after that, some of them which I have been in.
I think we were shooting it, remember?
We were in New York Loft.
That's right. And I believe that was you and I leaning.
Because it's the perfect rom-com poster.
Well,
you look great. I had the tux on. We leaned, kind of check out.
I had my arm on you like this, and then I think we were just kind of organically figuring out things that felt,
I remember seeing it though, like on the monitor, and going, "Oh, geez, that's it, no more."
I mean, I think we all knew that when it happened, it was like, But my
Yeah.
question is, was the dress on me, or was I in a different outfit, and did they Photoshop the dress?
Oh, good question.
I think maybe I was in the yellow dress,
I think
but I
I mean,
also remember being in a different outfit.
well, let's say something. Let's give a little props to that yellow dress. I mean, if you weren't in that yellow dress, you were in that yellow dress, because the yellow dress was the bomb,
Oh my
and
God.
any other dress was a far second
A
to that.
woman wrote in that she got married in it.
Yes,
She
yes.
got married in the yellow dress. It's crazy. That yellow dress again has lived on. I mean, and I feel really lucky because I've had like a couple moments in movies that have had a real iconic look.
Oh, yeah.
And that movie, that dress, just the color, I think, the simplicity of it.
Well, speaking, do you have that dress?
No.
You don't?
I think it's in the Wardrobe Academy. I think it's up in the Museum of Academy. Or
Did you get some wardrobe off of Knives Out?
I might have. I might have kept a couple things. I kept more of my jewelry in that movie. I was like, I'll just take that gold. I'll take the birdie necklace. My name is Bert. Like Kurt's called me Birdie my whole life. So in the movie, I wore this thing a big gold necklace that said Birdie. I was like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna miss it.
No, don't ask
No one's
permission.
gonna wear it.
That one just it's no longer on set after that scene. Don't know where it went.
It's in my jewelry box, and I wear it all the time. I still wear it. You know. So let's see. There was a couple things that I thought was good before.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I started thinking about was the "You're So Vain" song became like it's like another moment that just
Marvin
lives on.
Hamlish.
What?
Wasn't it Marvin Hamlish?
And Marvin, he passed away.
Yes.
He passed away. I mean, that was amazing. And I was such a big fan of his. So like to have him just sitting there playing the piano by the way, that was a long day.
That was it towards the end of the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were there, and he's just sitting up there playing the piano for his one line, but he was so wonderful. But I remember that scene actually was kind of hard for us because it was like we were at least for me, maybe not for you, but sort of walking the line of like, clearly this is this big moment in the movie, but it was so.
I know what you're talking about.
Like
we were underneath. I know exactly what you're talking about. Underneath, probably for things that were happening in character and out of character and offset, we had gotten under each other's skin a little bit, where we were legitimately kind of pissed off at each other in a really cool way. Mm-hmm. And then it was that line. You can go, but this ends up with charm. This ends up coming together. So I remember having a few scenes we were going like, okay, that worked, but can we inject a little more of the charm and the love and the desire and the lust in there? And we were like,
you're like, okay.
I think by that time we had added up all the ways we had wronged each other. And I remember I was like, "Oh man, she did this and did this and did this and did this." Okay. Yeah.
It was so true. And then and also like just to like make it feel honest that, to be singing that to each other and like having all of that spite in that moment that was, had what you were talking about, but then like have it feel like this is ridiculous, which is we also brought to it. Like, I can't believe we're doing this right here.
Yeah.
You know,
we're on stage on mics. At the ball, at the big event.
Yeah, and none of it matters anymore.
This party. Yeah, and everyone else, get out of the way. This is between me and her. Yeah.
And I feel like we made it work. Like what to me is probably like the harder things to do in romantic comedies when they want that big like moment, the big step piece.
Yeah, I think you're bringing up another compliment to the film. It is. We did consistently hold a tone that pushed the boundaries the whole way, but never went No scene felt, oh, that's out of place. That was a big set piece. Why the hell was that scene there? And that
Right.
wasn't an intimidating scene to make work because it was the big opulent song and dance musical part, and that has to work.
Yeah.
You gotta fight
We
hard and then
weren't
come
in
back
our
together.
said characters either. Like we
Yeah.
weren't playing Andy, playing crazy Andy, and you know, you weren't Ben playing the person that was supposed to be totally into
Yeah.
me, you know? So it was like, it was interesting. I mean,
It was.
I think that was maybe probably what makes this film work so much is that, you know, the mischievous part, but also the comedy, like it lent itself to being able to really go far without it feeling like it was broad.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to, in reality, we were trying to create something that, and it, you know, so it sort of allowed for us to go further than.
And on the flip side, the amount of pain or anger or spite that we got to feel, we got to push that further. And that's tough because sometimes you can go too far, especially in a rom-com where you're like, we're never going to recover. Jesus,
Yeah.
man, that was just, you guys are, that was too mean. That was too angry. We'll never get back. But we were able to push that much further in this one and still recover and still have the audience go, of course they got back together.
Yeah,
Boy, but it was hard. It was hard for them to overcome those obstacles to get back together. It was really tough for them to do it.
Where do you think we are now? Where is Andy and Ben now? Because that's what everyone wants to know.
Where are we now?
Yeah. I mean, I have a version because I get asked this so much. It's like there's the real version that I want for Andy and Ben, and then there's the movie version.
Come on, what you got? I mean,
well, the real version, I hope they're still happy and like adventurous and doing what they want to be doing and have kids and made it work, right? But in the movie version, there's got to be
and working
something
somewhere on locations, having a little FaceTime chat across the
yeah
each other, and depends on the back porch. You're about to put something on the grill, and you go, okay.
Exactly. And then, but in the movie version, like then, what's the conflict? And that I don't know what that is, you know. But there's definitely conflict in the movie version, you know. But what do you think?
I haven't thought about it. I'm willing to throw those out there because yeah, there's got to be some major conflict. What would it be? Could you meet? Obviously, you could meet again where things are just going rosy, and oh my gosh, we caught them and they're still on their honeymoon, and then something's got to come in and go.
20 years older.
hey,
Somehow.
Look, and she's still in the yellow dress
with the Isadora diamond.
Yes.
Is the love fern alive and well? Everyone wants to know.
Oh yeah, of course. I still got that. That's still growing. That's still hanging.
I agree.
By a nice little sunny window.
Did you actually ride the motorcycle?
Yes, I actually rode the motorcycle. It was an easy bike to ride. That Bonneville, Triumph Bonneville, it was an easy bike to ride. It was not. There's nothing. It was just classic.
And remember, I learned how to ride the motorcycle. Remember?
Yes.
I was really proud of myself.
Yeah. New York.
I then ended up actually riding motorcycles. What?
You did end up riding motorcycles? You do now?
Dirt bikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that because you're a rider?
Yeah, Ryder likes to ride. We are our whole family. You know, everybody rides dirt bikes. I don't do it often, but like we'll go out. They're all in Colorado. We ride. It's super fun.
You still got that spot up in
Colorado?
No, north. I don't want to say the place.
Malibu?
No. North. Boats up to the dock. No?
Muskoka. I'm happy. No, we sold it.
That was cool.
Pa sold it. Muskoka. That's actually a fun thing to talk about. We had a fun weekend.
Yes.
Where we went up. We were shooting in Toronto, and we went up to Muskoka, and we brought our friends, and we had like this really fun weekend where we just, you know, swam and rode, you know, wave run.
I think didn't we pickleball long before pickleball was a thing?
Oh yeah.
This is 20 years ago.
Oh, I've been playing. When people see me play pickleball, they're like, "What?" Like,
She's been doing that for decades.
That's right. That was fun. Oh my God. That house, that part of the world, Muskoka, is so beautiful. It's like just incredibly gorgeous. Okay, let's do one more question.
Come on.
How did we, oh no, let's do two more questions. How did we create the chemistry that we have? I think that's an interesting question. I get asked that all the time.
Look, I'll say this. Let me throw a little metaphor out there. You know me, I love metaphors. And I've always said, like, look, we were kind of two heavyweights going at it. And we both kind of, got a little rock and roll. What I mean by that is we played it. Look, what tickles me doesn't bruise you. What tickles you doesn't bruise me. We both, what tickles me might bruise someone else, but it doesn't bruise. You're like, oh, okay. No, I get that you'll laugh longer. I'll laugh. We'll both laugh longer, where some people go, uncle, we'll take it another few steps, and still go, no, we'll take this a few more steps before we're saying, whoa, that's enough. I think that's part of it, that
True.
We enjoyed going toe to toe like that, and nothing that it was kind of fair game for whatever you wanted to pull out on the other. You knew it wasn't personal, and if it was personal, even better. And you just go with it, and hopefully the camera's rolling when we throw it at one or the other, and you go inside our heads going, did she just really go there? And you go, yeah, she did. And hopefully the camera's rolling while that's happening. And that happened a lot, I think, on How Lose Guys. We just said, look, it's all fair game. Let's keep our sense of humor. We know what movie we're making, but let's go hard at each other.
Yeah. And I feel like we are sensitive people, but we don't take things personally, and we are tough skinned.
And I think we can extend the sense of humor, take the joke 3 layers deeper, further, where in other circumstances you might be going, no.
Yeah.
Uncle, stop then. That's enough. And we were never afraid to push it, to what might be considered too far. Or, oh, that's too tough. Or, oh, that's too mean. Or, oh, that we pushed, and you tried it. And
this just came to me when you're saying all this. I think maybe it has something to do with our freedom. Like, I feel like we're both very free, and like, I feel like we don't like constrict ourselves to an idea of what we're supposed to be doing. Like, there's something spontaneous about the way that we were able to work together. When you went one direction, I went with you.
Right.
But then I would be like, I'm going to throw him off a little bit. Yep. Let's see what happens if I do a sharp right.
Yeah.
Now he's like, okay, I'm coming sharp right.
And I think it's staying on the ride. You and I did very good in this context of just staying on the ride and going, we'll keep it going. It's a constant parry. We were constantly jousting, constantly jackknifing the other's plan or path or smooth sailing. But then again, that was the fun of it. And I think that's, again, why part of the movie works, is you honestly watch, you go, this may not work. These two may not get back together. Blood was drawn. But yet, to come back together, we overcame more, maybe, in a story sense.
And it translated. People just, it was, and then honestly, I think Fool's Gold as well. Like, people just, that movie still lives on. I get people talk to me about that movie all the time. We have a thing. We have a thing.
We did. That was fun too.
That was so
a lot
fun.
of fun. That was bigger sets. That was more action adventure. Jeez, oh man, we were doing a lot of action stuff.
A part of me is like, oof, I'd like to go back to that now. Like, you know what I mean? Like that like adventure, to me, doing something like that now would actually, I feel like I would enjoy it even more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember who was just getting early in their career started, who absolutely everyone will know when I say the name took off?
It was Kevin.
Big Bunny.
Kev. It's so funny because with Kevin, remember it was supposed to be somebody else, and then last minute something happened.
Yeah.
And Kevin came in like last minute, and I fell in love with Kevin on that movie. He we used to go, I remember when we were getting certified, and Kevin and I had to get certified together.
What a great person to get scuba certified with.
We were also like terrified to go into this water where we're trying to get in it. Like there's an angelfish that was like 3.5 feet by our feet. You, of course, are like at the bottom of the ocean somewhere, just like, saying hello to all kinds of sea animals. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. But Kevin was my partner in that moment. And it was so damn funny. He's the best. That Kevin and Ray Winston was in that. Remember?
Yep.
Ray?
Yep.
That was fun. That was 6 months of our life.
That was a long one. Yeah.
That was a long one.
Yeah.
And we were on only boats. Remember when it was like we would be on the water, and then we would be on a catamaran where hair and makeup was. And so we'd travel from boat to boat.
Go back to the boat for lunch, sit on top of the thing, meet you back on a beach. Yeah. It was not ugly.
Great. It was great. Well, I love you. I'm glad we had this moment. And I'm sure everyone loved it. And hopefully I'll see you soon. When are you ever in this part of the world?
I'm back. I know I'm back there in less than 2 weeks.
Great. Well, maybe I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Well, and let's keep ears and eyes open for things out there,
Yeah.
To go play again together.
That's the
way to say it. That's what we do is we go play. We don't
go play. We need to do that. We actually really should do that at some point.
Love to.
I love you. Say hi to the fam.
All right. Hi there. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.